our separate lives just kind of crashed after a few months.
We got married, and 3 months later, it all hit.
It was awful. And, you know, I would, as we would start to fight, not good, not well, and it would actually get a little bit physical, and I was like, and I would flee. I would just get out of the house. I just had to run and get out because it wasn't, nothing was getting better, it was getting worse.
I left my home and my security, and now I'm here, and I got to depend on Vince, and there's so much chaos here, and I had anxiety every day. Each time he and I would get into a fight, he would run. He would just take off running, and each time I would break something, a glass, or slam doors, or yell and scream, and I felt out of control. I felt kind of like I'm losing it. I don't know what to do. And then he started telling me, don't go to God, don't come to me, go to God. He's waiting for you. He's waiting for you with his arms open. And that would make me angry at first, because I'm like, you're my husband, why can't I come to you?
I just couldn't do it. And I did, not only would tell her to go to God, but then I myself, at all these times, I would go for these walks and just be talking to God like crazy. And I didn't know what to do. And so then I did, you know, I was getting advice from my friends, my family, a big family. The advice I was getting was, wow, this is unexpected. You've only been married a short time, just end it, you know. And I listened to those voices instead of God.
Each time Vince, you know, the trial kept coming back, and it would happen again, and I would be stuck there with myself, all alone, and feeling rejected and hurt and angry and sad, and then eventually one day I did go to God, and it felt so good, and I got on my knees and I cried and I cried, and I thought, wow, that worked. And then I started getting these visions of Jesus, and he'd be on one knee kneeling with his arms open. And he would say to me, come to me. I love you.
It was just amazing what happened once I started obeying God and submitting to God and trusting God. And my big thing through my whole life is I didn't trust God. I thought I did, but I didn't trust him.
It was New Year's Eve, and Pastor Tim did an altar call, and I went up to the altar, and I kneeled at the altar, and I cried out to God. I surrendered myself to him, and I gave him Vince. I don't want to have any more expectations of Vince. I know that you're in control, God, and here's Vince, and I won't do that anymore. I was repenting, and I was just laying my heart out there, and after we left, that moment was so powerful for me, because I surrendered, and that changed my life.
We kind of realized the game a little bit, and I hate to call it a game, but the game that Satan plays. And once we realized that, and then the truth of who we are in Christ, and that Christ resides in us, and he's already defeated Satan, then it was very different. We realized where the attack was coming from. And the view we're getting is by reading the Bible and studying and growing, and then having godly people around us in our church family. Now it's like, and the world is just, we don't really care what the world has to say. We care about what God has to say.
Mhm.